Good morning, students. Today, in this lesson, I am going to explain about metals and non-metal children. Children, in your previous class, you have studied about some materials that are used in our daily life. You studied about natural fibers and their properties. You also studied the soil and its properties. You learned acids and bases and salts in your previous class. So we also studied changes around us like rusting, etc. Children, in the chapter, you are going to learn about properties of metals and non-metals. Children, you are very familiar with a number of materials like aluminium, copper, gold, and iron, etc. Children, can you name some objects made of metals? Yes, children. If you observe materials, metals from which the objects are made, and if you name them, they are nothing but, oxa blade, bucket, okay? And also, some of the materials are made up of aluminium, silver, lead, iron, copper, tin, mercury, etc. Children. Children, did you know of your friends add steel to the list of materials? Do you think that steel is a metal? Let us learn the properties of metals so that you are able to answer these questions at the end of the chapter. You also learned about another type of materials called non-metals, which may be new to you. Now, children, observe carefully, children, all the materials that you have listed, like aluminium, copper, iron, lead, tin, mercury, etc. Children, do all these look like alike? Do all of them shine? Are they hard or soft? Do they break easily? Can you group materials into two categories by looking at these properties? Yes, we try to find two group children that discuss and compare them in detail in the chapter. Children, first of all, we'll learn physical properties of metals. Before we start this section, you need to select or collect piece of iron, iron nails, copper, zinc, sulfur powder, aluminium, carbon, magnesium, and iodine for carrying out the activities, children. And let us all these materials you can collect like iron, zinc, copper, sulfur, aluminium, carbon, magnesium, iodine, etc. children. Let us see the appearance of these materials which you have collected. Children, you learned that materials which have a bright surface and reflect light are called lustrous materials, and materials that do not shine are called non-lustrous. Lustrous means, what is the meaning of lustrous? Children, lustrous means the materials which have bright surface and reflect light are called lustrous materials, and the material which do not bright and which do not reflect light are called non-lustrous materials. So children, observing appearance and color of some material, children. You know very well, children, if you, whatever the materials you collected and observe their appearance of your samples, look at their color, decide whether they appear shining or dull, and record observations in the table given to you. If the surface seems too dirty, clean it with the sandpaper. So children, you know very well, iron, zinc, copper, sulfur, aluminium, carbon, magnesium, iodine. These are the materials which you have collected, and you can check their appearance, whether they are shining or not shining, and which color they possess. And these things you write. Okay. So then afterwards, by observing the table, some materials are shining and some are dull, and which of the sample did not shine even after you cleaned them with sandpaper. You can list out the substances which do not give shining, even though after cleaning with the sandpaper. And generally, metals are lustrous, children. Generally, metals are lustrous. But do all lustrous materials are metals? No. We will know that mirror reflects light. Can a mirror be called metal? No. So, you need to look at several properties to decide if a given material is metal or not only lustrous. Yes, sir. But mirror is a reflects light, but it is not a metal. So, we need to look at several properties to decide if a given material is metal or not. Children, to decide whether the material is metal or non-metal, some of the following properties we have to learn. Those properties are sonority. First property is sonority. Children, while a person was carrying a geometry box, he slipped and fell down. He noticed that the box made a ringing sound when it hit the hard floor. It was similar to the sound that of ringing bell. Have you observed material used to make school bell or bells in temple? Why are wooden bells are not used in schools? Do all materials produce sound when they drop on hard surface? Let's find children. All materials do not produce sound when they are dropped. Some materials may produce sound, some materials may not produce sound, children. How to listen the sound produced by some material, children? Drop a piece of coal on the floor and listen to the sound. When you drop a piece of coal, you cannot get any sound, children. Do you think coal is sonorous? No. You cannot produce any sound. Take the piece of zinc, copper, aluminium, magnesium, and tightly packed packets of sulfur, carbon and iodine, drop them one by one on a hard surface. Listen carefully to sound produced and record your observation in table 2, children. And generally, children, while dropping materials one by one, some materials may produce sound, some materials may not produce sound. Children, we may notice that some of the materials produce sound and some of them do not. And the materials which produce ringing sound are called sonorous materials. I repeat, children, the materials which produce sound are called sonorous materials. Generally, most of the metals are sonorous. And the materials other than metals are non-sonorous materials, which do not produce sound when they are dropped on the ground. Luster and sonority are the properties associated with the metals, but there is no need that all metals should possess this property, children. For example, though mercury is a metal, it is not sonorous. Because when mercury is dropped on the floor, it does not produce sound, but it is sonorous. So, which property of metals first attracted the attention of human beings? The story of early tools will give you a hint, children. The story of early tools are there. You can go ahead in the textbook, children, and understand the story of the early tools from the textbook and read and know the information. And the second property of physical properties of metals are malleability. I'll explain you in next class. Thank you and have a nice day.